Today we are going to deal with applications of derivatives, derivative as a rate measure. Before we exactly get into the concept of derivative as a rate measure, let us recap some of the formulae what you have studied till your earlier standards. Area of a circle is given by A equal to pi r square. Surface area of a sphere is given by S equal to 4 pi r square. Volume of a sphere is given by V equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of the cylinder is given by V equal to pi r square h. Surface area of a cube is given by S equal to 6x square, where x is the length of the side, and its volume is given by V equal to x cube. Surface area of a cylinder is given by S equal to pi r into r plus h. Surface area of a cone is given by S equal to pi r into r plus L, where L is root of r square plus h square. Volume of the cone is given by pi by 3 r square h. What actually the average rate of change means? The difference quotient delta y upon delta x equal to f of x2 minus f of x1 upon x2 minus x1 is called the average rate of change with respect to x, where delta x is given by x2 minus x1 and delta y is given by y2 minus y1, which is nothing but f of x2 minus f of x1. The limiting value of the average rate of change is called instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x at x equal to x1. So, instantaneous rate of change is symbolically expressed as limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta x equal to limit x2 tends to x1, f of x2 minus f of x1 upon x2 minus x1. That is dy by dx at x equal to x1 is equal to f dash of x1. If s equal to f of t is the position function of a particle that moves along a straight line, then its derivative f dash of t is the rate of change of displacement s with respect to time t. The rate of change of displacement means velocity, which is represented by v. Therefore, v equal to ds by dt equal to f dash of t. And speed is the absolute value of the velocity. Therefore, speed equal to mod of ds by dt equal to modulus of f dash of t. The rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called the acceleration, and it is represented by at. Thus, a equal to dv by dt equal to d square s by dt square. That is a of t equal to v dash t equal to s double dash of t. The rate of change of acceleration is called as the jerk. That is, the derivative of acceleration is called the jerk, represented as j. So, j equal to dA by dt equal to d square v by dt square, and that's equal to d cube s by dt cube. Let us get into the examples with the help of the concepts and the formulae what we have learned so far. A stone is dropped into a quiet lake, and waves in the form of circles are generated. Radius of the circular wave increases at the rate of 5 centimeters per second. So observe this very carefully. Radius of the circular wave increases at the rate of 5 centimeters per second means rate of change of radius is 5. That is, dr by dt equals to 5 centimeters per second. At the instant when the radius of the circular wave is 8 centimeter, we are asked to find how fast area enclosed is increasing. Let us assume r as the radius and a be the area of the circular wave, and we know that area of the circular wave is given by a equal to pi r square. Differentiate with respect to t, that gives you dA by dt equals to pi times derivative of r square. Therefore, dA by dt equals to 2 pi r dr by dt. Call it as equation 1. Derivative of r square is 2r dr by dt. Given that dr by dt equal to 5 centimeters per second, so when r equal to 8, from equation 1 we get dA by dt equals to 2 pi into 8 into 5. where 8 is radius and 5 is rate of change of radius, and that's equal to 80 pi. Hence, when the radius of the circular wave is 8 centimeters, the area of the circular wave is increasing at the rate of 80 pi centimeter square per second. Second problem. The volume of a spherical ball is increasing at the rate of 4 pi cc per second. Means rate of change of volume is 4 pi cc per second. That is dV by dt equal to 4 pi. We are asked to find the rate at which the radius and the surface area are changing when the volume is 288 pi cc. That means at this juncture, rather at this instant when the volume is 288 pi, we are asked to find rate of change of radius and surface area. Let R be the radius, S be the surface area, and V be the volume of the spherical ball. We know that V is given by 4 by 3 pi R cube. Let us call it as equation 1. Differentiate with respect to t. dV by dt equal to 4 pi by 3 into d by dt of R cube. We are given that the rate of change of volume as 4 pi. Therefore, we get 4 pi in place of dV by dt, and that's equal to 4 pi by 3 into 3r square dr by dt. This is the derivative of R cube. We are given that dV by dt equal to 4 pi. Therefore, dr by dt equal to 1 upon r square. Call it as equation 2. So, when the volume is 288 pi cc, from equation 1, we get 4 by 3 pi r cube equal to 288 pi, and that gives you the value of r as 6. So, from equation 2, we get dr by dt equal to 1 upon 36. So, the radius of the spherical ball is increasing at the rate of 1 by 36 cc per second. Now, S equal to 4 pi r square. Differentiate this with respect to t, because we are asked to find the rate of change of surface area also. So, ds by dt gives you 4 pi d by dt of r square, that's equal to 8 pi r dr by dt. So, when r equal to 6 centimeters, we get ds by dt as 8 pi into 6 into 1 by 36, that's equal to 4 pi by 3. Surface area is increasing at the rate of 4 pi by 3 centimeters square per second. In the next problem, water is being poured at the rate of 36 meter cube per second into a cylindrical vessel. Means 36 meter cube per second is the value, is the rate at which the volume of the water being poured into the vessel. That means dV by dt is 36 meter cube per second. And the base radius of the cylinder is 3 meters, which is a constant value. Find the rate at which water level is rising. Let R be the radius of the base, H be the height, and V be the volume of the cylindrical vessel at any time t. And we know that V equal to pi r square H. Differentiate. Before that, since R is 3 meters, this is a fixed value. Let us substitute the value of R here. So, we get V equal to 9 pi H. Differentiate this with respect to t, and that gives you dV by dt equal to 9 pi times dH by dt, which gives dH by dt equal to 1 upon 9 pi dV by dt. Let us call it as equation 1. So, we are given that dV by dt equal to 36 meter cube per second. Therefore, from equation 1, we get dH by dt equal to 1 by 9 pi times 36, that is equal to 4 by pi. Therefore, water level is rising at the rate of 4 upon pi meters per second. A man of height 180 meters is moving away from the lamp post at the rate of 1.2 meters per second. 1.2 meters per second means it is the rate of displacement of the man from the lamp post. If the height of the lamp post is 4.5 meters, find the rate at which the shadow is lengthening and the tip of the shadow is moving. So let OA be the lamppost, MN be the man, MB be the length of the shadow, MB equal to length of the shadow, OM equal to Y be the distance of the man from the lamppost. Given that man is moving away from the lamppost at the rate of 1.2 meters per second, means the rate of displacement of the man from the lamppost is 1.2 meters per second. So here B is the tip of the shadow, MB is X, that is the length of the shadow. So we are asked to find dx by dt, and OB is the value of x plus y. So if you find the rate of change of x plus y, that indicates the tip of the shadow is moving at the rate of whatever we find that. So we are given dy by dt equal to 12. Rate at which the shadow is lengthening is dx by dt, that's what we are asked to find. And B is the tip of the shadow, which is at a distance of x plus y meters from the lamppost. So we are asked to find d by dt of x plus y also. Now it is clear from the figure that from similar triangles, x upon 1.8 equal to x plus y upon 4.5, which simplifies to 27x equal to 18y. Therefore we get x equal to 2y upon 3. Differentiate this with respect to t. So that gives you dx by dt equals to 2 by 3 times dy by dt. That's equal to 2 by 3 into 1.2. That's equal to 0.8 meters per second. That means rate at which the shadow is lengthening is 0.8 meters per second. Now the rate at which the tip of the shadow is moving is given by d by dt of x plus y. That's equal to dx by dt plus dy by dt. That's equal to 0.8 plus 1.2 equal to 2 meters per second. Therefore the shadow is lengthening at the rate of 0.8 meters per second, and the tip of the shadow is moving at the rate of 2 meters per second. A car is moving in such a way that the distance it covers is given by s equal to 4t square plus 3t, where s is in meters and t is in seconds. What would be the velocity and the acceleration of the car when t equal to 20 seconds? That means after t equal to 20 seconds. That v be the velocity and a be the acceleration of the car, and we are given the displacement of the car is given by s equal to 4t square plus 3t. Differentiate with respect to t, that gives you velocity. So v equal to ds by dt equal to d by dt of 4t square plus 3t, and that's equal to 8t plus 3. Call it as equation 1. Let us differentiate this with respect to t to get the acceleration. So we get a equal to d by dt of 8t plus 3, that's equal to 8, equation 2. Put t equal to 20 in equation 1, and that gives you velocity of the car when t equal to 20 as 8 into 20 plus 3 equal to 163 meters per second, and put t equal to 20 in equation 2. So we get the acceleration a equal to 8 meters per second square. See here, acceleration is working out to be a constant value which doesn't contain any variable t to substitute. So this is actually called as a uniform acceleration. Therefore uniform acceleration of the car is 8 meters per second square. Next problem, the displacement of a particle at any time t is given by s equal to 2t cube minus 5t square plus 4t minus 3. So we are asked to find the time when the acceleration is 14 feet per second square, and also we are asked to find velocity and the displacement at that time. Displacement of the particle is given by s equal to 2t cube minus 5t square plus 4t minus 3. Differentiate this with respect to t. We get velocity as 6t square minus 10t plus 4. Differentiate this with respect to t, then gives the acceleration, and that works out to be a equal to d by dt of 6t square minus 10t plus 4, and that's equal to 12t minus 10. and we are asked to find the time when the acceleration is given to be 14. Therefore, a equal to 14. That means 12t minus 10 equal to 14, and that gives the value of t as a 2. The particle reaches an acceleration of 14 feet per second square in 2 seconds. So in these 2 seconds, at this time, we are asked to find velocity and the displacement. So velocity when t equal to 2 is v of 2 is 6 times 2 square minus 10 times 2 plus 4 equal to 8 feet per second. That is from equation 2. And the displacement when t equal to 2 is given by s at t equal to 2, working out to be 2 into 2 cube minus 5 into 2 square plus 4 into 2 minus 3 equal to 1 foot. This is from equation 1. Hence, velocity is 8 feet per second and the displacement is 1 foot after 2 seconds. Thank you.